What's up? This is Richie from the Where We Wild YouTube channel, and today I'm just gonna make a quick video and show you guys the rod rack that I made. Little DIY project rod rack. I'm pretty stoked, man. I'm pretty happy with it. I've tried all the ones that you can buy on Amazon and all that stuff. I was using the old school Berkeley ones for a while, but the styrofoam was kind of a pain just to get the rods in and out, and you know, they weren't very efficient as far as space goes. There was a lot of space in between the racks. They can only fit 6 on each one. I just had them lined up across, and so I needed more room, and so then I tried the Placino one, and that's the one like where you can stagger them and they all hang from the middle. There's no base on the bottom, and you know, that worked. It worked, but I wasn't crazy about it, and the big thing to me was just after a day or two of using it and putting rods on and off the thing, I could start to notice little markings on the rods, little white marks and stuff. Like the springs on that thing squeeze your rods way too tight, in my opinion, you know, and that may be fine if you have like really cheap rods that you don't care about and you never really use that much. You're just trying to get them out of the way. But if you're really into it, man, and you have some quality stuff that you want to take care of, I wouldn't recommend that. So I ran into this video on YouTube by a guy named, I believe, Jamie Hegarty. I believe that's his name, Jamie Hegarty. I'll link him in the description. Shout out to you, brother. Good idea. He showed me these little clips that he found on Amazon, and they come in like a 40 pack for like 15 bucks. And then I kind of just took it to the next level and kind of made it my own. You know, it took me about a day to do, just off and on, you know, taking breaks and stuff, trying to measure, figured everything out, just make sure it's like, you know, measure twice, cut once type of stuff. And it came out really good, man. So let's check it out. It's right outside here. I don't have a lot of space. I just have a little storage closet out on our balcony area. And so I got to be really efficient with my space. You know, I don't have this big garage or big room where I can store all these rods, and I got a lot of rods, man. Definitely have over 25 rods, easy. Some are in tubes that I don't use that much. You know, my main arsenal, you know, I want on the wall, easy to grab and go. So let's check it out, man. It's right outside. I'm proud of it, dude. It came out really good. All right, so check it out. Here, let me see if I can close this door a little bit, try to shut the traffic noise up a little bit. All right, so this is what I'm working with here, man. What I did was I found these little clips on Amazon because of that dude's video. So shout out again to him. And these little clips come in a 40 pack for like $15-ish, which is pretty sweet. So I'll link those. They're on Amazon. And there's 2 screw holes in here, but I only used one because it's just kind of a waste of a screw to do that. And also on some of the rods here, you know, the ones that are really kind of thin, like this still holds in there, no problem. But just to make sure it does, I just kind of twist it just a little bit, and that really prevents it from coming out. They're just these, I think they're made, I mean, for pool cues, personally, I think that's what they're really made for, but they definitely work for the fishing rods too. And as you can see, they have those little holes there for 2, but you only need 1 screw. And the perfect screw size, by the way, that I found is just a number 4 1/2 inch. That seemed to work great. It fit through the holes in the back there, and it didn't go too deep into that wood where it was going to start to hit the wall. Because that's the other thing about this design is, instead of putting 50,000 holes in your drywall or whatever wall you're using, you're just putting holes in this new piece of wood. So you only needed 2 holes in the wall to secure the piece of wood. So that's pretty sweet. What I did was I measured this wall. I believe it was like 48 inches across. And I ran to Home Depot and I got a couple just comet boards. This is 3.5 inches by 3/4 this way. And yeah, man, cut it down to size real fast. I think I cut it to like 47.5 inches just to give me like a little bit of clearance here. And then I did the same thing for down here. Just got 2 of those boards, cut them down to size. And then I only have 2 big screws here on each end. I didn't do one in the middle because I was afraid to get in the way of these clips. So this isn't holding much weight at all. So it's just not necessary. So I put 2 nice big anchors through here, one on this side, one down the end. Down on the bottom here, what I did basically was I took the board that I got, the other board, and I found like a thin piece of kind of trim, little piece of trim wood here, and I just kind of made it flush up against this piece of wood and just put tiny little screws, you know, here and there, down there. I think there's like 5 total. And then to secure this on the wall,
I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, I'll get it down there. I basically just made it like a shelf. Those little brackets we found at Walmart. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. It came in a 4-pack, and I basically just made a shelf out of it. I mean, it doesn't have to hold much weight. And at first I bought 3 of these boards, and I was gonna put a board here in the back, which looked really good, but it was just adding unnecessary weight to it, and then I would have had to have put the screws in there. But this shelving idea I think works pretty well. So as far as the spacing goes, I just did it one by one and just kind of started working my way down here, because these swim bait rods are much bigger, the reels need more room. So I think I started out with like either 2.5 or 3 inches between these two, and I had to adjust this one because this eye was in the way, so I just brought it down a little. So after these two, I went 2.5 all the way down until I got done with my bait casters, because I just wanted enough room for the reels. And then I kind of changed it to 1.5 for my spinning rods. And these just all have plenty of room, and you can swing them back and forth and stuff, so they have room to play around. It's real easy to get one in and out. You know, it just pops right out, ready to go. Way easier than that styrofoam, I'll tell you. Just places it right in. And then, like I said, if you have really, really thin rods, like this is an old school rod here, this brown one, and it'll slip out of there. But all you gotta do is twist it a little bit, and it's all good. So that's another good reason to just use one screw in these, just in case you gotta twist it a little bit. But yeah, man, I'm pretty proud of it. It's you know, I was running out of room. I think I could fit, how many do I got on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 rods. And obviously if you have a bigger wall here, you got bigger wall space, you can fit way more rods. Just get longer boards and do this same exact thing. You could probably run it down a huge garage wall. And or if you have less space than this, cut it down to whatever is gonna fit you, man. I think it costs under $50 to make this whole thing with everything all in. Probably 45, 50 max. So, you know, I paid $40 for the 18 rod holder from Placino. A couple more bucks, do it yourself, American made, baby. I like it. Not bad. I was gonna stain it, but I don't think it's necessary. It still smells good in here, just from this new wood being locked in here. Make sure you have a decently high ceiling too, that helps. But if you don't, you know, you just gotta adjust your level. That was the other thing when putting this together. I put this up first, and I was trying to, I think I put like a box here or something like that, where I was thinking I would want the shelf so I could kind of eyeball where the guides were gonna land. This is the only one I got wrong, because when we put it up, I think we went just a tad bit lower, and that's where that one ran into some problems. But everyone else is like completely fine and clear. So just watch out for that when you're mapping it out. Kind of just measure your rods up against it, see how high they need to go or low they need to go up so the guides aren't in the way. It's not perfect by any means. It's not perfect carpentry by any means at all, but it definitely gets it done, dude, and I like it a lot. All right, so that's it, man. That is my DIY rod rack. I'm proud of it, dude. It came out really good. I'm having zero problems with it. All the rods have plenty of room. And yeah, man, for a couple bucks more than one of those made in China Placinos or whatever, I mean, I think this is the way to go. So I'll link everything that I can find in the description, like those clips that were on Amazon, and I'll write down the screw sizes I use, the pieces of wood sizes. I'll try to find the brackets that I use, link everything in the description, and yeah, give it a shot. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're into this sort of thing, don't forget to hit subscribe. We put a new video out every week. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Later. If you want to see more videos just like this one, be sure to check out the rest of the Where We Wild YouTube channel, where we post a brand new video every week. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever we post a new adventure. Thanks for watching.